I'm about to move on, so any questions? Nice. Okay, buffer overruns. So now I want to start a module on software security and how to write code and design your code so it'll be secure. And we're going to start with looking at some of the ways that your code can be insecure. We're going to look at some of the ways the attackers attack your code and bugs in your code that can open up opportunity for attacks. And probably the number one classic, most common, most serious vulnerability historically has been buffer overflows. So I want to start with buffer overflows. Buffer overflows are particularly relevant if you write C or C++ code. So how many of you have written C or C++ code? Okay. All right. Great. So I want to introduce the idea of buffer overflows to you with an analogy. I'm going to make up a story which totally isn't the truth, but just imagine, just play along with me. Imagine that we have some old mainframe era system for handling airplane ticketing. So when you go up to the counter to go get your ticket, some record about you gets pulled up by the agent, and the agent figures out what kind of assigns you a seat and hands you an airplane ticket based on the record in the database. And I want you to imagine that you can buy your ticket online, and so when you go online, you enter in your all your details, and then that gets entered into the database. And then when you show up at the ticket counter, this is an ancient machine, so they've got some little terminal in front of them that pulls up your details for the customer service agent. So ancient, there's customer service agents. This is a really dated story. And imagine the customer service agent sees something like this, like here's your flight, and there's your name, and you're in coach, and then the customer service agent says, oh, okay, and then picks an available seat and hands you a ticket. Okay? So imagine that airplane ticketing works like this. And now, let's say that you're Alice and you decide to play around on your next reservation. And you decide, I'm just going to throw in a whole bunch of extra H's at the end of my name, and let's see what happens. And then you ask the ticket agent, hey, can I look over your shoulder what you're seeing on the screen? And that's what the ticket agent sees on the scene, on their screen. Okay, knowing all that, I want you to take a moment and think like an attacker. How could you exploit this system?